It's another day in Sky Shard, which means we've put out yet another patch, and I wanted to talk about this one. Kind of a really big change hidden down here in the bottom of these patch notes. I'll go ahead and open it up with this one. Minimum speed is now capped to half of its original cooldown instead of 0.1 seconds. So before, no matter how slow an item was, even if it had a 10-second cooldown, if you were able to manipulate the speed enough, you could get it down to 0.1 seconds. And you know, anything at 0.1 seconds is actually kind of crazy powerful. By the way, in the original days, we didn't have any cooldown cap. I don't think, other than like the literal limits of the engine. I think you could technically go even lower. But even at 0.1, things, you know, just like particularly big, crazy long cooldowns, like a 10-second cooldown. The biggest ones we have are like Graveyard, which resurrects units, and then like Myria, the Curse Binder, which takes control of your enemy weapons. Those had like really long cooldowns. You could get those down to 0.1 or even close to that. Really, they would just start creating crazy problems, and we were basically always chasing this from the other direction by trying to nerf cooldown units, things that lowered cooldowns and sped units up, right? We were always just like nerf, and it kind of felt like a losing battle ultimately to me. People, you know, it's just like every time we nerf one thing, something else pops up and becomes a problem. Most recently, people had these like infinite graveyard builds where the graveyard would be going off so rapidly and so often that you just like literally couldn't kill anything. As soon as you killed it, it would res back up and it would just be infinite boards forever. You could never kill it, which could be its own independent problem that we might have to tackle by like making things only resurrectable one time. I could see like a resurrected unit being like a ghost or ephemeral or something, and then you know, it once it's resurrected, it's out of the pool because the ephemeral version can't be resurrected, sort of thing, right? The ghost version can't be resurrected, so that could be a solution to that separately. But it wasn't just Graveyard, right? Myria's is the same thing. Even all the way down to Mechanic has been a problem with that in the past, right? It's just, you just keep chasing these cooldown reductions. So I proposed a solution to Ben. I was like, instead, because he was initially saying like, well, what if we set the cooldown limit to 0.3 seconds? You know, like that's a little more manageable. It gives regular builds more time, which might have worked. I think that's reasonable. I said, what if we just set it to a percentage of the base value so that like we kind of inherently bake in a safety valve always, because you know we control that based on the initial value, the initial cooldown, and it scales to what we assume the value of that cooldown is, because we're setting the value of that cooldown at its base value, and that way it's scaling to that instead of some arbitrary value. Because I was like, you know, Jeffrey, one of our fastest units at 0.3 seconds is really not that interesting, because like, you know, it's whatever, okay, but Graveyard at 0.3 seconds is insane, right? Like they can both get to 0.3 seconds. Yeah, this one takes a lot more work to get there, but people were getting it there, right? It was happening with, I mean, regularity enough that it was frustrating, right? So instead of pulling them to the same spot, what if we, you know, this one starts here and can only go to here, and this one starts here and can only go to here, but you know, there's still a distinction there because now we're basing on the base value. So if you set a 10-second cooldown, it's never going to get faster than 5 seconds based on this change, right? So now you know, Graveyard is capped at what, I don't know if it's actually, I think it's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. Jeffrey can now go to like 0.35 seconds or whatever, right? So he still feels like the much faster unit, right? So you kind of have that identity. Fast things stay fast, slow things stay slow proportionally, and hopefully we don't create scenarios where we just have to keep chasing cooldown stuff, which I do know Ben nerfed a bunch of cooldown stuff here, which is double confusing because he wrote buff. I don't know if this was just like a, I don't know, but these are definitely nerfs. Like the cooldown reductions got like, you know, all a lot worse. Like Powerline Casino are all worse than they were. I think there's a chance we'll be able to revert some of these. Like we kind of hit it with 2 hammers right now with this patch. I think if this goes to plan, if this big overall systems change where you know, everything is limited to half its speed, we might be able to bring back some of the cooldown stuff we had before, because it was like breaking it at that level. Now we might be able to infuse a little bit more interest in the cooldown stuff and kind of, you know, walk that back up just to see how it feels and stuff with some harder limits basically in place. But you know, I actually initially floated 10% to Ben. I was like, what if we just set it to 10%? Because, you know, compared to 0.1 seconds, 10% value seemed pretty good. It's like Graveyard would go something would go from like 10 to 1 second, and that seemed pretty good. And then I was like, but it doesn't have to be 10%. I was like, you know, I think the numbers that sound good to me are 10, 25, and 50. They sound like non-arbitrary. It sounds like there's some logic to it, right? Even though it is all kind of arbitrary, technically, they seem more intuitive to the end user. Now, if you write that in a little game tip or whatever that says units can only be, their speed can only be reduced by half, like that sounds really intuitive, right? I would say, you know, 10% and 50% are probably the most intuitive, but 50 is definitely the most intuitive sounding. And I was like, yeah, let's just pull the trigger on 50 and see how it goes, right? I said, I told Ben, like, I think, you know, the game for some people who are playing right now will probably feel less fun for a while. I said, you know, I think, you know, we're lowering the power level dramatically, like dramatically lowering the power level. So if you enjoyed like the crazy high octane combo kinds of builds where you're doing some crazy broken thing, you're probably going to not feel that way as often in this new version, you know, or never feel as powerful as you did before, but it won't scratch that same like combo itch as much. So people who really like that might be like, oh man, I can't do any crazy stuff anymore. I'm kind of sad. But I mean, our hope and our goal is that, you know, we're satisfying a different, you know, scratching a different itch, which is creating a lot more build diversity, a lot more kind of game plan diversity. I told Ben, like, I think every unit you buy is going to matter a little bit more now, because before it felt like 80% of the things you buy are just kind of filler and they just like occupy the space on your island, but you don't really think they're all that important until you get into some kind of broken combo thing. You know, you get this 1 4-5 unit thing and that becomes your engine that wins you the game, and everything else is just kind of there. Right now I'm hopeful that every little decision and every little unit is a little bit more meaningful. There will still obviously be things that you care more about in little packages and combos, which is what we want. We want you to be focusing in on specific things, but we want the other things to feel meaningful. And it's like, you know, now like defense units, for instance, might feel a lot more meaningful because, you know, having more time might matter, having a little more health on board could matter, and you know, it just becomes a little bit fairer because it's no longer this just crazy arms race at the top. Now, like, you know, there's a lot of jostling kind of in a middle board that's not doing something totally nuts, and like 20 health here, 100 health here might actually make a really big difference in a battle. We're hopeful anyway with some of this stuff pulled down. So, you know, in reality, this feels like a crazy big pivot from the game state right now, I think. And I haven't even played it. I've only played one match. So I can't even say how it feels really. But in theory, this probably feels like a really big pivot. But I will say, like, actually what was happening before never really perfectly aligned with our vision. We've always been chasing this down, trying to keep it in check, and it just kept getting away from it, right? So I think realistically, this is going to feel more in line with our vision and less crazy, you know, like I use card game terms because, you know, I come from card games. Like before we had a game that was like really combo focused, and card games doing like a crazy combo that's like an OTK or wins the game, or just some really convoluted, silly, broken thing that takes a while to get online, but then it just dominates. Now I think our game is probably going to be a little bit more mid-rangey, like a little bit more honest and straightforward and like somewhat stat based. And I think that's what we want, like, because that allows, I think, a lot more wiggle room to do different things and go down different paths. And you'll still have some games where you do some combo-y stuff. You'll have other games where you just get there on like health and numbers and just like high quality and value, you know. And it's not just every game, you know, diverging into this or converging into this one outcome, which is like a cooldown manipulation combo, which I think, like, you know, a lot of our boards ended up being in one way or another. Now we're hoping, you know, you can go different ways and do different things more readily and have a little more freedom to do that. So we'll see, right? We don't know. We're just, you know, we're guessing. Like we've said 1,000 times, we're swinging big. This is a crazy big swing. We are just like changing so much about how the game plays out right now. But this is the right time to do it because we, you know, we're still testing, learning. Nobody's paid for the game, right? We have a player base that's, you know, really thoughtful and giving us great feedback all the time. So this is a great time to take a big swing and just learn a little bit about how this is going to go. So we'll see. I don't know. I could see us changing this value. If the game just totally sucks now, I mean, there's a chance we walk it back and try the other approach of just nerfing cooldowns forever. But again, I think that's going to be a little bit hard to keep up with forever and less satisfying. And I think, like, again, for current players, which, you know, we still have, I think, over 200 people a day on average playing or something like that. It's around there. for the 200 of you currently playing right now, like, yeah, this may feel a little slower and tamer and maybe even boring for a little bit. I think eventually your brain will kind of readjust to it, but especially there'll be some whiplash as you slam on the brakes, you know. But I think for new players who get dropped into this system, I think it's going to be way more welcoming. They'll never know the insanity that existed before, so they're not going to be like comparing it. It's not going to feel like a lower power level. There will still feel like really powerful things, just like, you know, in Hearthstone 10 years ago there were things that felt crazy powerful that nowadays obviously feel ridiculously sillily low powered, because, you know, the game has just amped up over the last 11 years or whatever, right? Like, yes, if you took somebody from today and dropped them in 2014 Hearthstone, they would say this is boring and slow. But in 2014 Hearthstone, we loved it. We didn't know. It felt powerful. That's going to be the case for new players dropped into our game as well, we hope, right? Is that there's still going to be cool, powerful things. It's still going to scratch that power itch, and it's going to be healthier. And there's not going to be those moments where they just get completely deleted and blown up, or at least not as often, hopefully, where the game feels like frustrating or out of reach, or they feel stupid, or they feel like the power difference between them and a good player is just so astronomically high that they just can't even compete. That is the sort of stuff that scares people away from games and burns people out of games, even if you're like already locked in and stuff. Seeing the same broken stuff and feeling like your build has no chance, or you didn't hit the combo, that scares you away. So just bringing that ceiling down a little bit, I think is going to be beneficial long term. I could see some pains the next week or two as people are like, I can't do anything cool or fun or big. I get that. Maybe we should introduce some like new units or something to keep you guys engaged and entertained. But I do think ultimately this is going to be a good change. That said, we're not, you know, we're going to see. Nobody here has such an ego, Ben or myself, that we would say like, oh, this is the way it's going. This is the right way. We decided, and that's the rule. We're just going to see how it goes, see how it feels. If it does feel worse, we don't think it makes sense, we'll walk it back. No problem there. I think sometimes game design has a lot of ego in it, and like a lot of you know, stubbornness maybe is, you know, a good word too. I don't ever want us to be like that. I just don't think we need to be stubborn at all, because like we have nothing to prove, and like, you know, we're openly saying, hey, like we're learning alongside everybody else right now, right? Like we're just trying to make the best game we can. So anyway, that's that big change. Also, this as well, I talked about this with Ben too. Unit appearance rates are decreased again for all tiers. Yeah, getting copies is more rare, in other words. So we talked about this a little bit last time, I think, how we have the system that makes it harder and harder to get copies of units. Ben went ahead and ratcheted that up a little bit again, so it's harder and harder to get copies still. That's another one I could maybe see us loosening a little bit with this speed change. Like maybe you can't do as many crazy broken things with specific cooldowns and stuff, like, you know, maybe that's a possibility, but maybe not too. This is another one too that we plan to add more units. Like ultimately all of the things that are happening right now is kind of with this knowledge that we want the unit pool to be a little bit bigger. So some of these things might get loosened as well as the unit pool gets bigger, because you'd naturally be less inclined to find repeats as the unit pool increases. So we don't actually know the right number on final units, but ultimately, again, the goal is run diversity, thinking on your feet, you know, discovering new and different things to do. Like I actually found a combo today I've never used before. Earlier I played one run on this new patch. I used the cursed bell or whatever with Toy Store. I've just never done that before, but it made a ton of sense. Like I should pull up the game so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. Like I've played this game like 200 or 300 hours with these units and just never thought to do this before. I'm not saying it's like clever. I'm sure other people have done it. Cursed bell, when an adjacent unit gets destroyed, stun 5 random enemy units. I use that. I guess Toy Store hasn't been in the game that awful long, so maybe maybe not 300 hours, but it's probably 100 hours at least. Where the heck is Toy Store? I know I can type, but I'm lazy. I don't want to have to. Oh my God. I can never find stuff in lists like this. Toy Store summon 4 toy turrets if you have space. The toy turrets they'll damage themselves, so they destroy themselves, right? So you can put these next to the cursed bell. They destroy themselves. That sets off a stun, and then you have toy production to bring them back. Resummon your toy turrets, then they die again, and you create this little engine of stuns with the cursed bell, where it just keeps bringing back toy turrets, and they keep dying, and they keep stunning the enemy board. Like, I just never thought to do this. I just picked up a cursed bell, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? I saw I had a Toy Store. I was like, oh my God, obviously this is cool. Even before you get the toy production, it's still like a fun little way. And then I used Obelisk with it as well, which I've never done, and I was like, man, I'm still finding new little combos and stuff. Oh, by the way, here's a Entombed Terror. This was Cthulhu's Disciple before, renamed because I wanted to take all like real world references out of the game, like Cthulhu's and stuff. I think having our lore like standalone from the real world made a little bit more sense. Also, I think I talked about this before, but he's entombed because he's got this stone, like he's formerly a statue that's kind of starting to break free, right, of the entombment, again, because we don't animate our units, at least not in big ways, and we didn't want to have to animate a swirling waving tentacle guy, so we put him in stone. Job done. Easy. It's like it's buildings. You're building a town, right? So like, yeah, it's nice to have some living breathing stuff in it. And same thing for forest spirit, like trees don't move. Hey, it's gonna be easy for trees, but for tentacles I had to think of an excuse for why he's not moving, and that seemed like a pretty good one. I don't know how often we can use this trick, so we might have to be a little careful with moving living things, but a few here and there are probably going to be fine. So anyway, that was that. That's the thoughts. Oh, did I read all the patch? I feel like I forgot something. There were some nerfs here and stuff. Probably not too significant. Oh, this was a big news. Oh yeah, I should definitely call this out. Ben's gonna be proud of this. Some new settings for graphics. You can like turn off a lot of stuff like clouds and particle effects and so on if you're having trouble running the game. That's a possibility now. Also, Ben shrank the game's file size by over half, which is nuts. I don't know what wizardry he pulled to optimize all this, but like the download for the game is now half as big, which I know someone had complained previously that it was a pretty big download. And I did ask Ben, I was like, why is the download so big? And I think he literally said, I'm not sure, but we'll fix it. And then here we are. So I don't know. I think it's like under a gig now or something. I don't know. I mean, we have probably a surprising amount of art assets in the game. And, we do allow you to like zoom in on them all. So they're like kind of higher res than normal. I think that's probably where a lot of the file size comes from. But yeah, I think that's probably a reasonable file size now. I think I'm not unhappy with that. Also, RAM is significantly lower usage. Starting up the game is faster, which is great. Always love stuff like that. Anything that removes friction is awesome. And then, oh yeah, the build history in the library. Oh, sick. Yeah, I got to show you this. This is wicked cool. It's definitely, again, one of those things that's 100% obviously not final. Okay, I just did a version of this where I rambled a ton. So I'm gonna do this the right way. Click into library, go into builds, and now you can click by patch. Like this is the latest patch. I don't know why I didn't auto select that, but here is that build I was talking about, right? Here's the round 16 version of that build. Cursed bell with the toy stores, toy turrets going off. They're resurrecting more toy turrets from here. The obelisk is also proccing the cursed bell a little bit, right? Like just cool little cursed bell centers here that really powered the mid game of this deck. And then I don't really remember how I won late. I guess just had enough weapons. Oh, I did do some cool stuff too with the I pivoted to this too late, but blacksmiths plus toy turrets like at times a million, right, is a crazy amount of health. These had like 5,000 health, these town units, but probably could have done better there. But you can look by round and like see how the build evolved. I think it is so sick that we have this so that you can look back at all your favorite old builds. Eventually I think it'd be really cool to have a way to like load these up and like play around with them, test them, like challenge a friend with your build or something. I could see all kinds of development around that in particular. That sounds like something we would absolutely want to do, and I think is totally achievable. Not to speak for Ben, but here we can just look at another. That's something weird is going on with the loading of this though, because that's the same board. I think you might have to, I don't know, I'm sure it's not, we'll figure it out, but you can see all kinds of old builds. Here's a crazy casino build. This is fun. Yeah, these are cool, dude. Round 16, how does that? Yeah, some of these are definitely a little buggy, but I think you gotta like reload it every time to get a new build to show properly. Dude, I can go back to patch 0.67. That must be when we started saving the builds. That sounds so long ago, but that was only a little over a month ago. Look at this old Miria build. Man, this feels quaint. It only made it to round 11s. Why? Round 16. Again, something weird with the loading. But anyway, cool little tease of that. Maybe if you need to see a build, like go out and go back in. It seems like it works better. But really cool feature. Just a fun little thing Ben whipped up. Again, the UI is not finished. We'll make that better. But I always wanted a way, and Ben too, always wanted a way to have that where you could view old builds and show them off and just like relive some memories and stuff. Really, really cool. So Anyway, all that said, let's go ahead and hop into a new run. All right, which quests have I not finished yet? I've done all the Ambrose quests, need 2 of the Aris quests and 1 Zap Zap quest still. So let's do Aris since we need 2 of her quests. So let's select Aris. I should show you guys a teaser of the new hero select screen we were cooking up. We had a meeting, this was really should have been in the last section. We had a meeting about UI and sound stuff this week, which was very productive and very cool. Here's a little teaser for what we want a hero select screen to look like. Perhaps select the hero, show their art, some accessory buttons and stuff here. I don't think we need a search bar here, but a little teaser for some of the stuff we're cooking up. But big changes to UI stuff on the way. It's the key component there. So mini replicator, you get to copy the first tier 3 unit you buy. I'm pretty sure I played that. And Grand Collector, I don't think I have that one. After you buy a unit from every tier, get a random tier 5 unit, which we should have a little new tag up here if you haven't played this yet, but yeah, it's going to get changed anyway, so we probably won't take the time to do that, to be honest. Do I have Grand Collector? No, I have Maxi Mini and Investments. Okay, so we'll select Grand Collector. If you buy a unit from every tier, get a random tier 5 unit. Let's go tier 4 still first. Well, I don't know. I can go 5 and 3 this turn and then get a 4 later. Ooh, the new Entombed Terror art. This is hard to pass up. Yeah, let's take it, dude. Looks cool. And then we go for another Ancient on 3. I don't know. I'd rather take a good 2, probably. Ah, great 2. Arborist is insane. Yeah, that's really good. And then for 1, I guess we can go... yeah, probably go Blacksmith. I mean, bees don't do anything right now. Blacksmith has a little more health. They, hilariously enough, kind of want to go together, right? But... all right, so we've bought tier 1, 2, and 5. These should have like little dashes maybe instead of zeros, by the way. I think that's a little bit confusing. We should win this, right? This can't kill me fast. No, it can't kill me fast enough. How? What? Wait, they had a Miria's? Is that right? Or no, somebody said this is bugged. It's showing Miria a lot right now. I don't know what we did. Something got bugged. Okay, that's confusing. I guess they just had a lot of stuff down. Man, they did have a lot of stuff down. They got a town quest. They must have had a town quest that got them some extra units. I think that just held on long enough for the Tesla to get there. So I need a 4 and a 3, which I can't actually get both right now. Sadly, I didn't think about that, but that might just be a force sort of thing. I guess I'll take the Prismatic Mirror here. I do like Cursed Bell, man. I was like getting some Cursed Bell vibes that last run. I could try that sort of thing again. Not great right now, but it's maybe not terrible right now. Put all this stuff in front of it, you know? Buy myself some time. So I need a tier 3. Wait, I can buy a tier 3 and a 4. Why am I saying I can't buy a tier 3 and a 4? Am I high? 7 mana is less than 8, Regis. I think I'm just high. Not literally, but hey, Proliferator, I'll take that. That's pretty good news. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and a bees. Bees plus Blacksmith is great. We can still put this up here, I guess. Yeah. All right. Not my favorite weapon, but I'm happy to have a second weapon. I think that's good. Opponent has the exact same 2 weapons. Are you kidding me, dude? Bro, they got that mine, though. We're going to be fine, though. Good stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. I haven't really zoomed in on this in game yet, by the way. Like I like looking at units like next to each other, you know? See how they vibe. They look pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Spooky tentacle. Kind of cute, but kind of spooky, you know, a little of both. All right, yeah, that can go there. Now, what are we looking for, I wonder? Maybe another weapon. Structure up 5 does not allow that. Maybe something build around on 3, but I do like a big defense unit. Maybe we kind of have only a little defense right now, but I don't know. Maybe look for a weapon later. Oh, weapon. Hey, nice. Artillery repeater. That's a good one to grab. I love building around artillery repeater. I think it's one of my favorites to build around because you got like Velmir the Wizard is such a good build around for that. Magic 5 could get me a big Prismatic Mirror. Could hit a Spellbound Rocket. That would be nuts. Weather Machine. Boy, I really haven't played this much. I will say Portal is pretty spicy right now because I got a lot of little, like I can throw in shrubs and stuff. I have 3 weapons. Weather Machine, I just like, I don't have a lot of support for yet, you know. I think it's going to be too hard to work with, isn't it? I feel like I like the value better here. We have a lot of health. I think I'm just going to take value. Value. Okay. Let's try this. Oh man, similar weapon again. Another Entombed Terror. I wonder if new art makes people grab the weapon more often. Probably just coincidence, but I could kind of see that argument, right? Like, hey, I like the new art. I want to play around with the new art. Again, I just like looking at all the real art together, zoomed in. Nice eclectic little mix here of stuff. Yeah, cute. Looks good. Okay, trees again are great. This doesn't really need to be anywhere there. I guess actually a tree is probably going to go on the portal, but we don't know yet. Mechanic's pretty great with laser pointer, yeah. Be better if we sped it up, but again, remember, cooldown reduction is not as common now. Proliferators are great with Entombed Terrors, yeah. Also could give me some good like resurrect options too. Tier 3 Tinker, anything I'm really excited about? I don't think so, right? Tier 2 here. Ooh, I've seen some crazy Altering Stone builds lately, which I have always been a proponent of Altering Stone. Somebody in Discord put a tier list out with Altering Stone on like tier D, and I was like, are you insane? It is sometimes hard to line up, but once you line it up, this is one of the most crazy weapon buffs, but you kind of need the right weapons for it. It's got to be really fast or a Tesla coil, really. I don't think this is the right pile of weapons for an Altering Stone. Like if I had a Tesla coil, 100%. I think I might just take these bees again. We don't have a ton of weapons for the blacksmith to be really, really good. It's the only thing. I would maybe want to find some toys, you know, toy turrets in particular can be the way to make that spicy. So I don't know, we'll keep an eye out, I guess. Two trees. We'll just take 2 trees here for the portal. I think that's good. Okay. This mill actually has nothing to trigger right now because it's only a mechanic, and they're both solo tags, and solo tags can't trigger other solo units. Ooh, power line's nice though. Spellbound Rocket ×2. Thankfully, trees are really good at shutting that down. Yeah, Proliferator's still great here. Good win. Really decisive win, actually. Really a lot of stuff left. The Scarecrow, I think we can probably lose that. I'm not too in on Scarecrows. Can be kind of fun to play around with, but I don't know. I'm like thinking about it. Like, is there anything cool to do with this? A refractor. Did we turn off refractor right now? I think we maybe did. Did Ben put it back in after the latest patch? I don't remember. I think there was an announcement about disabling refractor, right? Yeah, refractor won't appear in shops anymore until next patch tomorrow. He wrote that, but then patch doesn't say anything about refractor, so I don't know. Maybe he didn't get around to it, or I don't know, maybe it didn't come out to plan. Toy store is nah, I mean, I like it in theory with blacksmith. I think I'd rather have toy. Well, you got to get toy store before toy production, right? So yeah, we could try for it, I guess. I mean, this is cool. I don't know how this really advances my plan necessarily is the only thing. Just giving a lot of health to a bunch of trees, maybe. No toy store. So force field's okay. That's a fine backup plan. Kind of need like one more town unit here to make these a bit better. But maybe I take a defense for now. We'll get a town unit later. Oh my gosh, another force field. Really good against other toy stores. Is there anything here I would trade up more? Like I could trade up the mill because it's tier 2 instead of a tree, right? Just get a tier 3 unit faster. I don't really love the mill. I think I'm gonna do that actually. I think we're gonna trade up the mill on the portal here to get a better unit faster. And if it's bad, you know, then we'll just get a tier 4 faster. Rafflesia and Scola. Okay. Scola, I mean, we got to commit a lot more town stuff to make Scola good, but dude, we're farming up right now, by the way. I don't feel like we're doing anything crazy, just like good, honest. Yeah, everything's just tagged by Miria. That's a really funny bug. Miria is taking credit for everybody's stuff right now. It's really funny, actually. Scola, I mean, that is a good one to trade up since I don't have a lot of town right now, I think. The Rafflesia could actually get kind of big off beekeepers. You know, they're not like targeting it or anything specifically right now, but just like could get big. I really want to find speed increases and Velmirs, maybe. Here's another freaking Scola, dude. Casino got nerfed pretty hard. Town hall's kind of cool. We don't. It's worse now that we don't have a lot of speed manipulations probably on town. I will say necromancer huts actually like sleeper great because we have so many defense units coming out of these proliferators. Like that's a lot of because it hits. Well, no, I mean 1 out of 3 hits the artillery. I think I'd maybe rather set up for saloon instead. Like saloon plus Velmir seems like it's gonna be better, so I think I'd rather set up for that instead. It's not good yet, but we could actually start right here maybe. Ooh, toys again. Hey, toys. But now we also have coil. We missed that altering stone though, so I think we go toys. Just get ready maybe for a better like good bees. I don't know. Oh, what's in my inventory? Oh, it just bugged. Nothing is in my inventory. I don't know, dude. We got like a lot of little packages that aren't really doing anything that exciting. I forgot to put a unit on portal, didn't I? Whoops. Oh, this graveyard's, that was good timing, man. It's a great graveyard. We buffed up these force fields too much. We gotta get there. Like Entombed Terror is pretty strong. Artillery is still really weak though. Oh man, these coming back is a pain. Graveyard, we gotta get to you, man. Yeah, we got it. We're fine. Nice. Okay, another cursed bell, by the way. A lot of stuns. So many stuns. I got a lot of trees for it, so that's okay. Yeah, no Velmir here. Could be more town speed increases. This cannot be toy production, which we'd want for the blacksmith, so we went that route. I think I just go cheap here, find something filler wise. 10% health, another scarecrow. I mean, honestly, scarecrow's fine to throw into the portal again, I think. Transmute, normally I do cycle a lot of trees out, but I don't hate them right now. I think we can go for a 2 here, find a Velmir. Could also go 5 and just get something high quality, maybe big defense, maybe toy production, honestly. Maybe another weapon. Another toy store. Yeah, I don't know how much these bees are doing right now. I'm kind of investing a lot in this plan, and it's not, you know, as of yet, I don't really have a payoff. Yeah, that's bugged there. We did something goose. Oh, I forgot to grab another portal hit. Oh my god, artillery again though is great news. The toys are also pretty good at bamboo right now, despite some stuns. I guess the toys also absorb a lot of stuns too, though, which is cool. Like, not only do they get through a lot of little stuff, but they absorb those stun hits nicely. How big are our bees? Pretty big, 300 health. That's not bad at all. Might actually have made a little bit of a difference here, those being chunky. So another artillery is great. Keep forgetting to do magic portal ×2, but I just didn't really have anything to throw away except maybe some trees. That's not going to be toy production. Another saloon, another necromancer hut. Dude, the proliferators just add so much out of it. Does lumberjack do better? Probably not. I don't think there's enough speed hit there. Could go saloon again. We're just setting up for some monster hits on these eventual Velmirs. Velmir! Community idiot. Well, that's perfect for portal. Velmir! I mean, power plant is another way to get quite a bit of weapon buffs and speed up some town stuff, which cannot hit Tinker. It can't hit Tinker, so it does not currently hit the mechanic. It does hit the saloons, but I still need another I need a town. Oh my god, dude, I don't have a town. I'm wasting all of this town stuff right now. It's wild. I'm gonna throw in 1 tree. I need to get just a little more acceleration out of that, I think. Positioning wise, I think we need to do better here. This is a little worse against spellbound rockets, but maybe better against other things. Tree in front. These I want to be like cornered, right? Yeah, that's fine. The 2 each hit the power plant. Yeah, I just really need like a like any town unit. I'm just this whole middle block right here is just wasted. It's doing nothing right now other than just being a body. Oh, I love the mine there. The dig site's great. More junk to throw in. Can be good for cursed bells as well, actually. It's not bad. Do we have enough damage to get through like that? It's a big boy. Opponent's not doing a ton of damage. The coil is just not great against force fields, right? And that's most of the work. So they're setting up for an altering stone build, by the way. But we just got there, so all good, all good. Nice. Yeah, this can go here because it gets both the dig site and then the mines as well, right? It's kind of a 2-for-1, which is nice. Mechanic again. I mean, they're fine. Like, the mechanics are fine. They trigger the laser point. Not a problem. Just not interactive with the power plant at all. Velmirs! I cannot find a freaking Velmir anywhere, bro. Watchtower's okay, though. That's going to feed into the eventual Velmir. Bro! Where is Velmir? I'm losing my mind. It's not even... Usually I get like 20 of them and I don't want it. And now I cannot seem to find one anywhere. Upgrades. Firepower, probably on laser pointers, okay. Maybe just take a big buffer on a force field, yeah. Velmir! Should have actually taken the other guy. I didn't need the Velmir. I didn't need the tier 2 shop there. I mean, we're doing... I can't complain. We're doing fine, right? Like, we have 192 health and 7 trophies. We're not mad about where we're at, but I'm not getting what I want, dude. Opponent's doing some cool Terran the Enchanter stuff here. I got beat by one of these pretty bad earlier. Was again kind of altering stone focused, I think, though. Yeah, we're holding well though. This is easy, it looks like. Yeah, nice. What's doing our most damage, by the way? Laser pointer? Yeah, I think the double mechanic. Opponent's like probably thinking like, this guy's an idiot. He made the game and he doesn't know that the saloons don't trigger the mechanics. I know, dude. I know. I can't find what I want. Give me a break. Oh my god, dude, there's literally no Velmir anywhere. Hey, Velmir, let's go. Finally, okay. So now both saloons are gonna trigger the Velmir. One saloon's gonna trigger the Velmir and the fortune teller. We could put like one more fortune teller somewhere else, by the way, right? Now I can also get like more expensive stuff. Maybe try to find toy production. No, we have supercharger power line, which used to feel pretty good. Nowadays, I'm not so sure, just because I don't know, just like, you know, we're getting back to a base power line now off the supercharger. Like, is that worth this much investment? I think I might take a Thanatos instead and like reposition this stuff a little bit. I think I might do like this instead. Yeah, I guess dig site doesn't actually proc on the Thanatos though. You'd probably be better off like this. Probably be better off putting these mines here. Yeah, I think that's better, right? Yeah, that seems better. This doesn't really need to be up here, but it's whatever. Yeah, so you still proc stuns here. You proc a res on the, well, you technically try to proc a res on the dig site, but it doesn't work. But you proc reses on the magic missile mines, which I think I like better. We could maybe put some trees on this portal. I think I like the necromancer hut. I'm wondering if I put a cursed bell on the portal. I don't really know if I need another one of these. I'm just like, where do I put it even, you know? I think that's right. Get a tier 5 out of it. That's pretty good. This looks good to me. I don't know. I like it. Opponent's got what? Big tree, kind of giving some buffs to repeater. That's a fun little combo. Make the tree healthy and then give it buffs. Yeah, that's cool. Tree popped right in there with the bees. I love it. Ooh, we got a pillar. That's gonna be really hard to position. I might try to sell that. I don't know if that's gonna be worth the trouble or not. Yeah, our terrors get so big so fast, man. Repeaters are also getting decently sized. Like the Velmir, you know, they're already at 68% explosive, 72% explosive. It's nothing crazy, but I bet they did solid damage. Terror was number 1, pointer number 2 from the mechanics. Repeaters, actually kind of not that exciting. I don't know. Not that, yeah, it's like kind of disappointed a little bit. Do I sell this or do I portal it? Just reroll on another 5. Toy production's not a structure, right? No. Velmir again? No, but we like bees. Velmir again? No, we like blacksmiths. Sell, yeah, let's sell the sucker. I might sell the portal too. We're getting kind of late on it. It's like hard. It's not reliable enough. Let's just get some big time mana here. Ooh, is it too late for toy production? Probably, but I already bought it, so That's fine. Let's do this. Magic shop tier 2 and 3. Nah, probably not that good. I think we just take big stuff now. Right back where we were. Another supercharger. I just don't have anything else that utilizes it effectively. I could put a proliferators back there, I guess, and then like maybe make this feel a little bit better. I also might want to flip these, although probably not. We found out that the big laser pointer is actually doing so much work that maybe we're better off like this. These being in the back, you know, maybe not like your ideal scenario, but I think it's okay. You know, they're still adding a lot of value. Yeah, that looks okay. Big ancient. No, let's just take more defense at this stage. We can also probably scoot this forward a little bit, make some room. Bamboo, mushroom ender, or prismatic. I mean, bamboo is generally pretty great alongside a cursed bell. Let's do that up here. I think these should actually move off axis a little bit to stay out of spellbound rocket range. Then we can kind of do shrubs that are more adjacent again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is all looking okay. I mean, like, this is one of those builds, like, we, you know, aren't doing anything crazy right now, but it's still kind of just working, which is this, by the way, this saloon still does not have a second hit. Ah, it's got one now. Where does it go? Maybe here, yeah. Scoot this back just a little. Does put the laser pointer in a spellbound rocket range on the proliferator, but that's probably not an issue. So this loon hits this loon hits these two. Power line's hitting both Velmirs. This power line's only getting one Velmir. Can I? Yeah, I can do that, right? That's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, well, we gotta move this though. Yeah. So now both power lines are hitting both Velmirs. Both saloons are hitting two things. Not two Velmirs, but two things. Supercharger would be nice to get both power lines. Is there a way to do that? I don't know. I'm too lazy. probably a way to do that, but I'm too lazy to figure it out. So no thanks. I'm sure there is though. There's gotta be. Okay, they also have some toy stuff. They got a big forest spirit there and a lot of those altering stones, which are probably making this Tesla coil very big. Yeah, pretty, not crazy big yet. Can we race that down first? Yeah, I think we're going to. Yeah, nice, dude. It got big, 184, but we just did it kind of the old school way, you know. Repeaters had good explosive hits. Yeah. Laser pointer, I bet repeaters looked better this time. Yeah, still third and fourth, but definitely closer in range. Yeah, terror is doing work, man. Like, so many little proliferator hits and stuff. It's cool. Really cool. All right, so more of these for more blacksmith hits. That's good, like that. EMP mine, I mean, probably more harmful than for the opponent than me. I don't, you know, this is not that important to me, honestly. Rafflesia, like, it's just back here because it might get hit by more bees, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that important, does it? Sure, that's fine. That technically triggers the power plant. That's cool. Upgrade here, speed and sure, firepower seems again good on the pointer. Speed on what? I don't even know. What do you guys think? Maybe on the pointer? I just don't know. 2% goes a pretty long way on that. I honestly just don't know. Here's another one. I definitely want to stack those, right? This can go here. We can take this off here and put it on the guy and then put the speed on the pointer. Yeah, okay. Another watchtower? Sure, actually. That's fine. A little bit more Velmir speeds. Fine with me. Dude, this run's holding up. We're not doing anything broken, by the way. No, like, crazy, cheesy builds. And we're at 10 wins already. Like, this is, I think, a great sign. I'm really vibing with this a lot. Like, we're powerful, we're cool, we're doing great stuff, but not like cheesy, not like insta wins or anything, you know. No, like, just game breaking combos. I mean, to be fair, our beekeepers do have 800 health. I'm gonna be honest. That's it did go off 390 times. Why did this one go off dramatically more than like the left ones? I don't understand. Why are there only 2 that are going off that much? I'm so confused. Why aren't these going off? Why is it only showing 2 of them? Is it like stacking them somehow accidentally? It would make sense, like they should all be, well, I mean, these 4 should all be the same, right? They're each getting buffed by 2 blacksmiths. I mean, I guess there's other things technically that buff the health, but not really, right? Not really. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like stacking them weird. I'm not sure what's happening there. Power plant went off 81 times though, which is pretty cool. I put my toy turrets in there. I don't remember doing that. I don't know. Entombed, Terror. Yeah. But it just didn't have that much health. Force Field gained, yeah, 1,000 each. Shrub gained 900 almost. Beekeeper 780. I mean, the Beekeepers all have the same health except for this one, which makes sense because it's only got 1 blacksmith. So that, I think it's right. I think it's just something with the logs there, maybe a little weird, yeah. But yeah, I did put in the toy turret. Okay, smart. So smart. What's next, guys? I don't even know at this stage. We really don't need anything that much. More random defense, I guess, is solid. Yeah, Stonewall, sure. Town speed buff, maybe. Yeah, another watchtower. Sure. Yeah, easy one to weave in right now. We are kind of running out of space a little bit, but you know, we're getting down to the final round, so we could probably make it all fit if we need to. Whoa, I don't know if this is good, but it looks freaking cool. You know, I haven't done toys with crossbow yet, but that's pretty sweet too. Just surround a crossbow with a bunch of toys. That's a fun idea. Toys are cool because they allow you to do a lot of fun little things. Like a really cool unit. I'll be honest, I thought that unit was kind of dumb at first. Well, dumb's not the right word, but I was like, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I thought I was dumb, right? And I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but now I see a lot of cool things to do with it, which is great. That's a good sign. Finding a lot more fun things to do all the time. Okay, dude. Yeah, no, we're like doing great. We're just doing work, dude. We're doing work. Yeah. I mean, you know, by the way, toys also enable Entombed Terror. Like, Toy Store is actually like legit one of the coolest units we have. It just does so many neat little things, right? There's so many cool little interactions. Sonic Mine might be risky, particularly I got the supercharger. Like, only one's fine because it deals 5 and this has 10 health, but I wouldn't want to do too many. I gotta, you gotta be careful. So let's just throw this in wherever. That's fine. Take some big shots. Another weapon, dude. Seems kind of wrong, maybe. Bonfire. Could go with these 2. I'm gonna move this away though. I need one more cooldown unit there though. Maybe a repeater? Yeah, that could work. That looks good. Oh, bless you. Nobody else is gonna say it. I gotta say it to myself, right? That's the way it works. A lot of trees. We're pretty good at murdering trees, I think, right? And it's good for our Entombed Terror as well, of course. They got some cool things happening though, dude. This altering stone's buffing the crap out of these, dude. Oh my god, yeah, we're about to get shredded. Oh yeah, this is that altering stone I was talking about, right? Like, it's just, we're not even close, dude. Bro, no. No, broken stuff is happening. No, this is what we don't want. See, this is what we don't want, broken stuff. 21,000 health tree, dude. See what happened here is the saloons are all hitting the Terrans. I talked about this build earlier. I think it's literally the same build I faced earlier today. Saloons are hitting all the Terrans. The Terrans are buffing the altering stone a lot. The altering stone is giving crazy damage to the Tesla coils, reach at 1900 almost. The Tesla coils have the glow berries, which are adding their health. Their health is being increased by Latching Spore, which is then buffing the leftmost, their rightmost unit by a ton of health, which is 21,000 health on that tree. So, yeah. Yep. This is, I don't know if this is a Latching Spore problem. I don't know if it's a glow berries problem. I don't know if it's an altering stone problem. I don't even know if it's a problem. It's probably a problem because that feels like insurmountable in some way, right? There are probably decent counters to this. You could maybe have Altering Stone having a lower health pool, for instance, so that it's like more easily countered. You could make it bigger so that it can be sniped by things. I guess these being start of combat as well. I wonder if these could just be like passive, so that as you destroyed them, the effect went away, you know? Instead of latching spore being start of combat, if it was passive, then, you know, if you have mines, weather machine, that sort of stuff, it goes away, right? Because that's what makes the glow berries busted in this particular interaction. So crazy build though. That's a cool build. I mean, very creative and stuff. Just a little strong, I'd say. A little strong. Magic 4 could get a prismatic mirror or another eternal bonfire, huh? Thinking about where this wants to go again, you know, like I guess you could just go here again, to be honest. It's got 3 things. Yeah, that's fine. Big shop 4. Good lord, we can do cool stuff with Materia Contrarium because we have all the mines, but I just don't have space. I think I just do this. It's easy. Just park it back there. That's fine, dude. Tether 2000 to buff the damage on the artillery repeater. I wonder if we can tell a noticeable difference from the 2 artillery repeaters damage at the end of the fight. We'll see. This one's got the speed buffs though, right? So we'll see which wins out, damage or speed. It's really not that much faster, so probably the damage wins out. This is a cool, crazy start of combat build, man. It's fun. That's nice. Which one did the win? Oh yeah, the one that got buffed in the back was better than the one whose speed got buffed. That's cool. The explosive impact was high. They were both at 100% explosive. Yeah, this got a lot of damage buffs. It may have gotten buffs from things other than Tether in an unfair manner, though. We don't know. Could have gotten a little more or whatever. Trees actually make more sense in front of that Rafflesia. I like these stuns. I don't think they matter that much to us. Kind of out of space on that guy. I'd rather have another toy turret for the power plant, right? This does put this on the Eternal Bonfire, but I think that's fine. I am legit running out of space, guys. We are out of space, dude. That's where you go, because I got nowhere else for you, man. Final fight, right? I'm just trying to squeeze it in. Okay, some rezzing on stun, like yeah, rezzing on the oh my god, so many freaking trees, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? No way, dude. No way. The graveyards too are pretty fast, not crazy fast, but so many trees, bro. Also, this is the health buffs on these are insane because the mecha dragons are putting in so much, but like we're kind of like not behind yet. I mean, we also have beekeepers fueling a lot of survivability here, I think. Oh, it's gonna come down to Wiz. The Wiz man, which is better? I got a lot of bees. I got bees and they don't. I think I'm fine, right? Ah, oh, nice. Shockingly close kind of final fight there, man. Really nice even fight. Artillery repeaters scaled like crazy, by the way, dude. Yeah, nice. They just kept scaling and getting, you know, that explosive scaling is nice. Their mecha dragons put it work, but I got there. That's a great run, dude. And I don't think we did anything cheesy. I'm actually really excited. That was a great run because nothing crazy here, nothing broken, but an insane great 14 win run just by like playing value, playing little hooks, you know, playing what we were given, just dreamy stuff. Like I really couldn't ask for more. So great first sign. Of course, we'll keep watching things. One run does not a game make, but really promising developments there. I think we really only got blown out by one totally crazy broken thing too, which that seems totally reasonable. I mean, maybe it still needs a nerf, but you know, only one really bad moment the whole run's pretty cool. So cool, good, promising stuff. Very fun. Excited to see that. Share your thoughts down below. I know there's a lot of things to think about with these, so I'm happy to read all of that feedback and more. Thanks as always for watching, and I guess I will see you around.